this is a very, very big song. But I wouldn't say this song is nearly as impactful as the Marvin Gaye song.
The joke that Pharrell got sued over.
I can't remember the name of it, but it gets real technical like that. And to this day, I don't understand why they thought they was gonna get that off with Marvin Gaye's voice in it. Like he's literally screaming, "Whoa!" something like that, like some type of screeching. When you hear the song, his voice is literally in the song. It's like he's not saying nothing, but he just like screaming type of things. It's a sample from the
This is Blurred Lines, right?
Yeah, Blurred Lines.
I clearly hear that joke every time.
I can hear it. That's how I can do that all day though.
I can understand, I understand being inspired by something, but my thing is, and it's not even. This is I want people to know. This is just an argument between us. Like nobody in the world probably even cares about this. But when it comes down to like, let's just say for some reason Take Keys does decide to take. Let's just decide. Let's say OVO and Take Keys decide to take whoever produced the beat for Up to court and sue for his likeness. He would lose. Well, the Take Keys would win. I should say.
But how many? This is literally it's a 1-bar loop. I can't think of many 1-bar loops that haven't been looped. It's a 1-bar. It's not like it's a 16-bar loop, or it has mad versatility. It's the same, like 3 notes. 3 notes in the whole entire thing. Like, I'm pretty sure those 3 notes have been played on an acoustic bass or something, like anything. I could pretty sure, like doom 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 doom. You could research and do that.
I'm pretty sure for me it was just how like you chose. You're right. That could have been played with similar instruments. I mean, with a different instrument. A lot of things could have been different about this. Like somebody using that same chord pattern or chord progression, but it was the fact that it was like the same instrument. It was a bass.
You saying the energy too, like the hi-hat, the hitting the.
It just sounded like it was sped up. But yeah, you watch the Grammys?
Greg, I haven't watched Grammy since like grammar school.
For real?
High school or something.
You don't keep up with it at all, nothing?
Yeah, I just go off the like the news, the hype and everything people were talking about, then I piggyback off that, but I never like sit down and watch the show.
Nas won his first Grammy.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
First Grammy ever. I just got 2 things I want to talk about with the Grammys. 3. One, Joe Budden brought up a good. Actually, it wasn't even Joe Budden. It was Ice, one of the people on his pod. But he brought up a good argument about how a lot of Rock Nation.
He used to live downstairs from me.
Ice? Oh, for real?
In 110 Shane, yeah.
Get out of here.
That was my old landlord's grandson.
Small world.
Yeah, but what you saying?
He was saying that Rock Nation strong-armed the Grammys because all of Rock Nation artists was performing, like all of them. Meg, Lil Baby, Da Baby, Cardi. Those are all Rock Nation managed artists, right? Except for Cardi. Cardi is not. But there was like, our people win or we don't show up.
Oh, you saying that's evident for the fact that you saw Mad Rock Nation?
It's a theory that just made sense. Like, we all know the Grammys are rigged, right? Like, money and power wins the Grammy pretty much. For record label, and from what I've heard in the past, if a record label wanted someone to win, they would incentivize the Grammys to do so. This year, it just happened to be Rock Nation. Rock Nation is not a label, but it's a management firm that manages artists, the biggest artists in the country. So, the theory is Jay and Rock Nation said, our artists win, or we don't show up.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay-Z said a bunch of slanderous things about the Grammys, right?
We going in next. Oh, believe me, my brother, we going in next. But yes, he and the Grammys do not have a great relationship. That's how the Rock Nation brunches started, I believe. It's always usually on the eve of the Grammys.
They could. There's enough black megastar power to totally dethrone the validity of
the Grammys. So people are saying, some people believe that that we should throw more stock into like the Soul Train Awards or the BET Awards. And though that does have merit, the only thing I would say is that like the BET Awards, it does.
It's tainted. Like there needs to be
something new
type of name, a new brand, because it's been watered deep. From Soul Train to BET, it's just been sensationalized and like it's all it has a cliche image, you know, like just a bunch of like negative things attached to the imagery behind BET and Soul Train. Not saying it's from black people, maybe it's from I don't know what the reasons, but BET went through a big spell of like just really, really washed down, watered down, like cliche type of imagery from like, you know, BET Uncut, things I've watched. But now you're talking about an award show, trying to make it look prestigious. You can't mix these two type of vibes together.
True. And so, like I said, there is some validity to doing like making the BET's procedures. I get what they're trying to say, but I agree with you too that like it's been too cliche that like you try to do everything opposite of the Grammys.
Right.
Instead of suits and tuxes, you want people to come there in big clothes and chains. Like, you've made your bed, so no, you're right. That can't do anything. But what can happen, I think, is just alone, just with the Grammys alone, it's just, I don't know. Stop. Make the award based on the criteria of the award and not based off money. For me, it's kind of like the NBA and giving out the MVP award. We all know LeBron should be the MVP every year, in and out. Like, anybody who watched basketball clearly sees this man is on the team, that team goes to the finals. When he's not, they don't. Like, it's like night and day difference between the teams they play on. But you can't give him the award every year because that'd be bad for the sport. You wouldn't generate any revenue. People want to see the underdog stories like Steph Curry win the award. You want to see James Harden win the award. You want to see Russell Westbrook average a triple-double for an entire season and see him get the award. Like, you can't give LeBron James the award every year. But with music, I don't know. I think one, because music is so subjective, that if you're not going to have a legit criteria to why someone receives this award, whether it's like record sales or something like that, and you just based it off of, like, you just have a selection committee, and the selection committee can figure out who wins. Maybe you need to change your selection committee. most of the time it's just some old white dudes with money that probably never heard a Lil Baby record in their life.
I wouldn't agree with that. I would say now, in 2021 now, there has to be some people who are in tune with today's current landscape of hip hop. You believe that this is just the same exact way it was like in the 90s and before, like you just straight old white dudes? Who's Lil Baby? Like, come on, Greg. You know these are label execs and everything. Like,
I know. Well, I'm saying like listen to the music, but they're just going off of like who the person, like if his name is said, it rings a bell. Not versus like, oh, Lil Baby had a better album than D Smoke.
Right.
So that's my thing. And like you had people, and the only reason why I keep saying that is old white dudes, because they've offered Jay-Z, they've offered Diddy, they've offered Dr. Dre a seat at the table. They've all declined. So why would I be inclined to think that there's anybody who remotely knows hip hop on that board?
Right. I just feel like if they could decline, why would you decline but you won't make your own? You won't like Diddy, Dr. Dre. Imagine if this would never happen, but imagine if Master P, Diddy, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, Jermaine Dupri, everybody who you know, Babyface, even like from R&B too, like everybody who you know that's if they had some type of conglomerate.
Yeah! Like it's like setting up your own league.
Yeah.
Like you clearly got the bandwidth to do it. And you got some of the I believe. Like I'm not discrediting any like body who does country, because I think there's a talent to country. Like any other rock, all that stuff. My thing is just this. You got, let's think of some of the biggest black names you can think of in music. You got, like you said, your baby faces. Let's start with hip hop. You got Jay, Dre, Diddy. And then you got I would throw in Jimmy Iovine in that conversation, because he understands I think he understands hip hop, he understands music. You could throw in Timbaland, like staples in the hip hop community. And then you throw in like some of the R&B artists that you got, like Babyface and who Babyface did the verses against?
Teddy Riley.
Like you got all these people that if they want to do their own thing, if that invitation comes to them to say we want you to help us in the selection committee, it's their responsibility to take that. That's my whole thing. But go back to your boy Jay. So we know, I think it's well documented that artists like him, who else we talking? Kanye. Like, we know that they have a real vendetta against the Grammys. How do you look at Jay-Z being there? And let me preface my comments by saying, I think he was there because, like in this whole strong arm thing with Rock Nation and the Grammys, they was like, okay, we'll let your people win, but you and Beyonce have to show up in person.
Did Beyonce win an award?
She won a lot of awards.
I think that's really what it could have been.
Think it was your support?
Like, who am I to say it's not? But that's a good reason. Like, even if I said whatever, y'all gonna let me in the doors after I said that? All right, well, I'm gonna be here to support my wife. Then yeah, I would feel like that's a good reason, and that a reason alone would be a good reason to me.
Okay. I don't know. I couldn't
see myself saying like, all right, babe, just go to the Grammys by yourself. I'ma just sit this one out.
See, but I could. Like, Jay-Z is such, like, from everything we know about Jay-Z, he's such a man of principle. So it's like, it sounds, for me, I think it would take more than Beyonce going to win an award for him to be, like, he would probably be behind the scenes, but like in a green room or something, but actually being there, getting videotape, knowing your face is going to be shown in the pictures. I just can't see Jay-Z doing that unless it was money involved.
So that would be the thing, that you believe that principle would be bigger than the principle of
supporting his wife. Yes,
right. Oh.
And only because I say that like he's a jerk or anything to Beyonce, but I think Beyonce wouldn't want him to do that because it would sully his image as much as it would do hers. So that's the only reason I'm like, money had to be, like, I think and this theory of Rock Nation is not my own. I'm just like as you think about Jay-Z being there, and they asking Beyonce to perform, and she's like, no. It's her still walking away with like 6 Grammys the night of, and the award for most Grammys by any recording artist of all time. You gotta think like money was involved in this, and money meaning like Rock Nation artists win the awards. That's it. Or we're not showing up. We're not performing. We're not coming. Nothing. They wouldn't have had a show if that was the case, to be honest with you. Roddy Ricch
performed too.
Yeah.
Whoa, wow. I never even thought about that. Rock Nation, they trying to like corner the game, like get everybody. Even if we don't got you in a label deal, we could just get a smaller piece of the cake and have you in a management deal.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I think Jay didn't want to deal with like the whole masters thing. If I like, because there's a lot of money in owning someone's masters.
Money, and it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of freedom to do like all the projects that you're working on.
Yeah.
You have everybody's songs at your fingertips to use. Even if you ain't do nothing on them, you owning the masses, like all of like soundtracks, submitting soundtracks to this movie, that movie, this commercial, that, like, it's endless. The possibilities are endless, owning so many people and masters.
And I think like, as we've seen in recent years, like, it's now become a moral thing as well, like, especially as someone like, as an artist, like as a former artist, like owning your masters sets up your is how you end generational poverty, honestly.
Right.
Because that's like wealth. So if I had to guess, this is all speculation. This is just me looking from an outside person looking in. I would think Jay-Z was like, I want to avoid all of that and just manage them and put them in the best position to make the most money, kind of thing.
So nobody can put me in a place where he's saying I'm contradicting myself from the words that I've been saying in my music as of lately.
I think the only two, and I could be wrong, but I think the only 2 masters that he actually owns is Rihanna's and J. Cole's. Because those are Rock Nation artists. They're not Rock Nation managed artists.
Rihanna is a Rock Nation artist?
Yeah. Well, her Def
Rock
Jam,
Nation / something else.
Nah. When her Def Jam contract was up, she only signed with Jay. She's straight Rock Nation. Same thing with no, Big Sean is still Def Jam. That's Big Sean's still Def Jam. The other person that got snubbed at the Grammys. Crazy.
He Rock Nation management, right?
Yeah. But he signed to Good Music and Def Jam. But as I'm like kind of shading Jay, I also want to give him like mad props because he's in the position where all black people wanted to be in regards to the Grammys for a very long time.
All black people what?
Wanted to be in his position that he's in.
Oh, okay.
That he just played with, like, being able to strong arm the Grammy so that your artists win is what record labels been doing for years. And the fact that he was able to pull that off this year, I think you got to give him his flowers. That's amazing. That really is amazing.
I think they should start back artist development.
What you mean?
Like back in the days, labels would take people who no one knew and they would develop them as an artist for maybe they would be signed for like 3, 4, 5 years before anyone even heard of them.
Okay.
And they would groom them. They would put them in the studio. They would have media training. They would
I think the internet has prevented that.
Invest into them. Which is why it made more sense at that time to own their masters, literally, because I made you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't make you per se, but people know who you are because of my money.
Yeah.
You're tied to me. My connection. Everything came from this way. So in that sense, I get it. But artist development should definitely be around. Like the whole thing about why, like with A&R's jobs are so much easier. They don't even have to hit the pavement anymore. All they do is just leech and like scavenge. What you call it? Scavenger?
Like the internet?
Yeah, they get scraps off of whatever's they see that's left from, you know what I mean, what what labels haven't already signed. Or he's buzzing, he got 100K views on that video, people know who he is, so now let's work with him and let's take his masters.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah, I just think that that would be dope.
In the same breath, like I think that would be kind of really like impossible to do today, only because of the internet. It's like everybody's trying to be the next star, the next viral star. So to tell a 20-year-old, hey, sit down, be patient, you'll have your time. You got to find the right person that's willing to think that way.
I think a lot of,
especially when you come from the bud,
would, if they handed them 10 stacks, 5 stacks. I mean, because that's what they would do. To hand them $5,000, $10,000. Obviously, that's not the biggest amount of money in the world, but somebody who ain't never seen $1,000 in person, somebody hand you $10,000 and say just chill, you gonna, after this time is up, you gonna put out an album. Like Charlie Wilson got some good music, yo.
But I only know his features, I should say.
Gap Band stuff, like Outstanding.
Oh, that's Charlie Wilson.
Nigga, that's Charlie. Yes, nigga.
Get out of here.
That's Gap Band.
Outstanding.
That's him, his voice, the lead of the song.
Girl, you knock me out.
That's why I said it would not even be as good as Brian Ardsley is, and as many classics he got that's somewhat up to date. Charlie Wilson goes into another stratosphere.
Really?
When it comes to old heads that got current hits. Charlie Wilson, like literally throughout every single decade, got sprinkles of
I know You're tired of loving with nobody to love.
Oh, and the features alone. I'm talking about. I was just thinking about like Charlie Wilson. He has a following with just his music, his projects, his singles. Like he got a lane, the WBLS type lane.
That's great. That guy gets some Charlie Wilson. Uncle Charlie.
Like, wait, here go another one. You sure he got some speakers, yo? Or a speaker?
Yeah, he's a former DJ.
I'm just saying, like, cause it seems like any time throughout life, everybody give me the thumbs up. Then as soon as I get there, it be something totally different. Like, yo!
No, he got speakers. He do. He's like you at Jessica's baby shower for a couple years ago for Jordy's.
Oh yeah.
She had a speaker. She just had like a speaker playing music. Like nobody's thinking about the quality of the sound, but they just want music to be playing. He's like, nah, man. He went all the way back to Trenton to get his speaker and come back to New Brunswick.
He live in Trenton.
They live in Ewing. It's close to Trenton.
That's what I'm saying. Like you go all the way that way to
get a speaker.
No, cause a good speaker, a bad speaker can make good music.
Yeah, look at K-Blaze.
Like a bad. I even responded over that. A bad speaker can make good music.
I wonder if he still feels some type of way about that. You know, I think about our R&B battle often. It's like one of the proudest moments of my life.
That's fun. Man. That's so fun. Like, we need to like really do that more often. Like, I had so much fun doing that.
I go to sleep thinking about that, Joe.
For real?
I really would.
Hey, look, the win for me was just like planned. For me, that was the experience of just doing that. I had so much fun. Like
I had fun too.
You playing your song, and it was like listening to the joints like that I didn't think of. Like I wouldn't have thought of it. And all of them joints that you played was like, oh man. Once you start playing like Chris Brown bags and stuff like that, I was like,
I love R&B, yo.
Play beautiful people. You play beautiful people, right?
Yeah,
you play beautiful. It was a couple joints. Something when you play something in this liquor and beautiful people, I'm like, nah, this is
love
really...
love R&B, yo. It is my go-to playlist. When you sprinkle some of that old with some of that new, you get like a ooh. Hey y'all, we recording live from the car.
That used to be my spot right here.
What, Bobby?
Nah, up
Tito's.
here. That diner?
Oh, I was talking about the burrito place. We just had breakfast here earlier this week.
The diner right here?
Yeah. Pretty good food. Yo, diners don't compare out of state, yo.
You mean they better out of state?
No, they're not. Jersey got something.
I think you jumping the gun.
I am not.
You start going to
Jersey
I've never
got something.
Greg, I've never been to places like New Orleans and like places that I know for sure got something.
That got diner food. Like, what do you consider diner food?
I'm really not a fan of like, it's only certain diners that set themselves apart. I think most of these diners order their food from the same place, order their stuff from the same, be having the same type of vibe. Right. Generally speaking,
you gonna sit here and say that the diner in Newark, you know, the famous joint, the one that everybody go to.
What diner?
It's mad expensive.
You're not talking about Dinosaur Barbecue.
That's not a diner.
Oh,
that place is gross to me.
Yes, it is.
No, it's a diner. You and me used to go there often.
Oh, Tops Diner.
Tops. You want me to tell me that the quality?
That's not the same. That's what I'm saying. It's a diner, but that's not the majority of diners. Yo, they be tasting like they literally have some type of wholesale book, a standard wholesale book for diners, and all of them order from the same one. It just be different. Obviously, it's different cooks, so it's gonna come out different. But you could tell like it'd be the same.
They probably do their grocery shopping at the same place. I'll give you that. But you ain't gonna sit here and tell me that all the cooks don't matter.
No, it definitely does, which is why like Tops diners, certain ones. I'm not even really that much of a big fan of Brownstone. I don't get
bugging. Old Brownstone, not this new one. Old Brownstone.
Oh yeah, you know what? It is a difference. It's a black guy owned the VIP now.
Brown pancakes, man. That's why I fell in love with pancakes, right? Nah, I can't give you that. But like, I was in Detroit. Didn't compare. I've been to LA. Didn't compare. Freaking
Miami.
I doubt that their diner food would compare. See, but in certain places in the country, I feel like I need to go to certain like chain restaurants. Like if I go to the South, I gotta go to like the Bojangles.
Have you ever been to Chicken and Waffle?
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. What are you talking about? That's like a staple name when people say, and ain't no chicken waffles in Jersey. It's chicken waffles down south. That's a down south.
The chicken waffles that might be their signature dish. But I'm saying
Roscoe's. When I said that, that's what I meant.
I know. But I'm saying like, yes, chicken and waffles I think is the only thing Jersey needs to work on because you could never find it right anywhere. But everything else on the diner menu was just amazing. Go to another spot, go to a diner, and then come back to Jersey and go to Tops. I think Tops is the top of the line.
It actually is. And it actually, when it comes to like landmarks, it actually speaks for, it's like one of the faces of Jersey City when it comes to food. What kind? You look up top 10. Oh wow, that's new? That's pretty cool, man. So you got that today? Okay.
This morning, we rocking out with Baby D in the backseat.
Oh, you got the joint on?
Yeah. We always say that we have the best conversations. So let's just see how it turns out. Yo, so this morning, I got the vaccine.
You're gonna turn into a zombie, yo.
Did you understand what I was saying about crackheads being the closest thing we got to zombies?
No, I did not. I did, like...
Crackheads, I think...
You being, when you say crack, you're being specific. Like, this is a drug where niggas are like...
I think crackheads and meth heads is the closest thing we have to zombies.
But it's not even the same type of high, right?
It don't matter. They do the same things to me. I understand one is an upper, one is a downer. I get that.
Doesn't that make all the difference, though?
But you act like all zombies are the same.
Yeah.
Some are energetic and want to change people.
This is an absolute conversation right here. Niggas said some are energetic, some are...
Listen!
These characteristics are solely based off of what we see from movies.
I'm just saying, I played a lot of Left 4 Dead.
Dangerous right here.
No, because there's no stop signs. Yeah. But I played a lot of Left 4 Dead. And in Left 4 Dead, when nobody was bothering the zombies, they was just But when they got riled up, they was energetic. A meth and a crackhead.
Listen, we see that's like you're comparing like a drug symptoms or characteristics of certain drugs being used. What? I don't know.
When I was in line waiting to get the vaccine, they was talking about like before they administer the shot, they tell you everything that you gotta do. So they give you this card because you gotta wait 28 days to your second vaccination. And she was like, there's gonna be some pain in your arm. She was like, it can range from like to the point where you can't move your arm, or it could just be a tingle. So I'm like, which one is it? So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting scared now. Like, is it too late to get off this line? But I went through with it. No pain yet.
I don't understand the purpose of it, yo. I really don't get it. It's not even. I would have been the first one in line if niggas said
if it was
you won't get it.
Well, from what I hear, the vaccine is like, it's more of, they shouldn't call it a vaccine because it's not a vaccine, but it's more of it's a preventative if you get it. The antibodies are in your body to help fight it off.
You have antibodies in your body to help fight it off anyway.
Not everybody's body. Like if your immune system is compromised for any reason. Asthmatics, diabetics, people with underlying heart conditions. Promise me something other than you told me there's nobody else, but I see you different. How's the project with Shauna going?
She's just waiting for me to take her to the studio. I gotta find the right day. I would have done it today, yes? Cause we had a red light. Yeah, I was waiting for money, and I was waiting for.
You got those stimulus check, yeah.
My stimmy-automatic. My stimmy-automatic. Watch me use my stimmy-automatic.
We filed our taxes, and we almost filed individually. But if we would have been leaving some money on the table. So we did it together, and now we're getting a whole lot of money in our bank account. But the pandemic will be over now. I fall out of the bracket for the stimulus check now, so I'm good. I reaped all the stimmy benefits.
Pandemic is over?
I said it can be over now. I can't get no. I mean, I'm thinking about myself. I can't get no stimmy no more.
Wow.
I will fall out of the tax bracket because we found together our individuals.
I wouldn't have did that enough junk.
What?
I never filed joint.
We filed joint because it was beneficial. Yo, I just got some new junk from California.
Who gave it to you?
My friend.
That's like a secret connect or something.
I just don't want to put my business out over the air. That nigga still said the name.
Listen. Oh! Oh! Yo, I totally forgot. I thought you were talking about G. Like, what? Like,
that's hilarious. But yes, from her. I totally forgot we couldn't record this. I'm just curious to see how it's going to sound back.
at first, I was thinking in my mind, I was gonna have to only get like Jamaican music. And then I thought about it. This is gonna be like the same crowd that was at Jackie Baby Show.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of with the exception of Jackie's family.
Yeah, pretty much. Younger crowd. I mean, there will be some Jamaicans there. Cause I'm Jamaican born. I'm not Jamaican. I just love their food.
I just turned Jamaican a few. Well, no, I forgot when I turned.
He said I just turned Jamaican.
Y'all always wanted to be Jamaican.
For real?
At least to just have the perks of just having the accent. Just the accent. Not that I would want to be from Jamaica, but the accent is pretty cool to me, I must say.
He said, I just turned Jamaican. What was that? Like you could just sign up.
Nah, I just think it's cool, like especially when somebody's like from over here, like from like New York or something. Then they got like and they could switch from a New York accent
to a Jamaican accent.
Jamaican accent. That's like the best of both worlds. Like,
how do you feel when Busta Rhymes does it? Because right here has Jamaican descent.
Yeah.
But clearly that nigga doesn't sound Jamaican.
I was about to say, like, the tone of the texture and tone of his voice sound like it would just sound like authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If he really did know how to have the dialect, but nah, but certain words I think he sound like.
I hate when people do that junk just to try to exploit their culture or whatever. Like when Nicki does it, I find it highly annoying. Like, girl, you a light-skinned girl from Queens. Shut up.
But it's like, it's just the fascination with, I think that's different. Even though she from there, she was like around the music, around old people from, like, I'm pretty sure aunts and cousins and grandmas and going to visit people and eating the food.
Well, that's true. I would say this, right? And this is the actually I'm switching topics because to go back to the Grammy conversation. This is one thing I want to talk to you about too. With Cardi and Meg both winning Grammys in the past 2 years, like dominating the Grammys from a female hip hop act artist, I tweeted Nicki got snubbed so Cardi and Meg could win. Do you agree with that?
Snubbed from what?
There's been years that Nicki deserved a Grammy.
When
Starships came out, whether we like that song or not, the song was crazy.
What's that song?
Starships were made to fly. That song was everywhere. Let's go to the beach, beach. She never won an award for that song.
What was out during that time?
I don't know. Look it up. I'm just saying. I would say, like, you can't like Starships is Nicki's first #1 hit, and it stayed like it dominated the billboards Kind of like how like a Bodak Yellow did. And she's never and they didn't like recognize her or nothing for that song.
Does she own her masters?
Nicki? I doubt it. I think that's in Birdman's garage. So, but do you?
I honestly don't even, for a long time, I think it's rightful that, I'm not hating, but it's rightful that.
Oh yeah, you don't like Nicki.
No, I didn't say that.
You the Nicki hater.
When she come out with something I like it. But Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and City Girls and all of these
watch what you say.
Chicks,
watch what you say.
They are the leaders of female rap.
Right now, yeah, I agree.
And for some time, not even just right now, like for some time, even City Girls, like they came out of nowhere, but the last couple years.
You think any of their peaks will ever be better than Nicki's?
No, but sometimes that may be the thing that will keep someone afloat for the rest of their lives.
What?
That they never hit a peak like Nicki's. Like, people like the clown Fabulous. But one of the reasons why Fabulous, even without music, when he shows his face, is because he never got to a point where he overly exhausted himself or his presence. It's like he give you a little bit, then disappear, a little bit, disappear. You know, like prime example, 50 Cent said the reason why Wayne's career ended is because he oversaturated the industry.
Wayne's career did not end. Wayne's career did not end.
On, when somebody says that, yes, he will always be able to get a show. Greg, we're talking about when people loosely say their career ended, they're saying what we knew when we only saw Lil Wayne heard Lil Wayne.
I define career being over as like, can this person get a hit? And Wayne can definitely get a hit.
Even the songs that was out, it never was near the none of the stuff that was out was anywhere near the caliber of, with all the radio promotion and putting them out. All right, if Wayne is putting out a project, we need to push him. We need to get him in interviews. It did not turn the project, the quality of the music, anywhere near to the level of where his old projects was.
But you don't think? I think there's a reason for that. Me personally, I think everything that has happened with Atlantic. Is it Atlantic or is it Universal? With Universal and Birdman, I think that kind of deflated Wayne. The fact that he didn't even try to build the Carter 5 or even Funeral, you can tell it's like something is just, he's clearly not putting out music for the reason like he was before. But my thing is, if he wanted to, I think he can, and he can get to the top of the billboard.
If he wanted to, he could get back to where he was.
Yes.
Meaning Drake would be number 2.
If Wayne wanted to, I think so.
That wanted to would have been that last project.
It would have. I don't think.
Why not?
Because Wayne wasn't like you. I just think
I heard the project. He definitely like that Mamma Mia and all of that. He got joints.
He's definitely in shape. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is to do all to be in the media's eye. Right? You gotta want to do that. And when you want to do that, that's how your music sells even more. I don't think Wayne wants to do that right now.
Even if he wanted to, I couldn't see that passing.
I do.
Drake.
I do.
Even the bag, as versatile as Wayne is when he wanna be, it doesn't, nobody, literally, I can't think of anybody who can literally get in any type of bag and make it their home Like,
you don't think Wayne could do that?
Like, not like Drake at the level Drake does, where he can literally pick any genre he wants.
But that was Wayne for years.
No, and make that the genre that everybody is listening to. When has Wayne ever done that?
Wayne has done that for years.
Name one.
That's stupid. All those rock star songs.
Where he made people listen to rock music?
Yes!
He didn't make people... Let me tell you a person who... Let me give you an example of making people... All before Afro beats music was corny.
Okay.
Absolutely corny.
Okay.
Drake said, no, this is cool. And it's on the radio right now because Wayne never did that. Nobody ever did that. Nobody. I don't care. Even when like Noriega did it a little bit with the Daddy Yankee with the reggaeton. Okay. But it still didn't like make reggae. If Drake was to take reggaeton and say, I'm about to make a bunch of reggaeton records, it would make everything reggaeton. Wayne did not do that.
I think he did. I think Wayne... let me say this. I will give you this. I think Drake has like... what Drake is doing as far as like there's names to the things that he do, like you said, Afro beats. You have Afro beats. What's the jig that they doing in Europe right now? The pop smoke jump, the drill. You right. Drake is on that wave, so now Drake is doing it. If Drake decided to do trap, everybody's gonna move to trap. Like, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But you can't say Wayne didn't do that either. When Wayne did rock, a lot of people was trying not to do the rock stuff. It didn't work for them, but they tried it out. When Wayne decided to only be a rapper and do like real only rap stuff, everybody only did real rap stuff. There was nothing else in the market. So you can't say that Wayne didn't do that.
See, even you said it without even saying it.
But even in the beat selection, you would hear people like, "Oh, I want a beat that sounds like a Billy. I want a beat that sounds like 6'9". Like, yes, Wayne did that.
A beat, Greg. Now you stretching it.
Are you kidding me? That's what you're talking about.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about an entire genre.
So everybody now wants to get on Afrobeats kind of song.
Afrobeats is a genre. A Milli is not a genre.
I understand that.
Afrobeats was something people laughed at in America. Hip hop laughed at it.
I still do.
Nobody, even back then, hip hop was still. There were people in hip hop listening to rock and roll music, regular rock and roll music. There were people that Wayne didn't make. I would say Wayne more so. I would credit Wayne to making everybody like dress up like that, like have that type of vibe, like on some putting piercings. Hip hop would have never did no piercings and skateboards had it not been for Lil Wayne. That for sure when it come to fashion, but a genre, like literally Wayne don't have no examples of him saying, I want to do this genre and I want to make this the cool genre that everybody is doing. Drake, that is not even just Afro beats. Drake has done this, like, that's just like a pattern that he does.
So you're saying Drake is doing genres, and I'm arguing that Wayne has done, I would say, sounds.
Yes, influenced by my sound. You heard Lil Wayne doing something that sound like this, so I'm gonna do a sound like this. Drake literally says, you know what? This doesn't belong on this radio station, but I'm gonna jump on a record like this, and now the radio station is gonna accept it because I'm on it.
Because they need something to mix with it. That's
and because they need anything Drake.
But my thing is, you're talking about, okay, you're bringing it to a genre platform, and I get that, but you can't say Wayne didn't do that with the sound. Because it's still a dictation of like what's being played on the radio.
Yes, but when you're dictating something that is relatively close to just hip hop. It's all hip hop. Hip hop, this type of hip hop, that type of hip hop. But I'm talking like even UK drill. Americans could
trash.
never.
It's trash.
I get what you're saying, Greg, but a lot of American people more than ever like it. It's people couldn't even stomach it before, but no, Wayne, no. Yes, people were influenced by different sounds within hip hop, this type of trap or this type of hip hop sound, but to take something that is totally foreign, that people actually are joking, and it's to the point where I know Drake is doing this going, I'm Drake. Of course you're gonna love it. And people are gonna, whoever's doing it, people are they's basically saying you can do this because you're Drake, and no one else can do this. Not Wayne, not Jay-Z, nobody. I was really talking about hip hop. Yeah, I believe Beyonce could easily do that as well. The same exact thing what I'm saying with Drake.
I'm just saying. I can't say Wayne's career, like you can't deem Wayne's career over, because I do believe if Wayne wanted to and decided to put the energy behind it, Wayne could get a number one.
Getting a number one is not what I'm saying. Being the number one.
I could say I think Wayne could be the number one. He is not so far removed that if Wayne decided to like be Wayne, that he couldn't be the number one, number one. I just don't believe that.
It's like it's too much working again. I put it like this: Wayne, for starters, does not have his ear to the streets.
That's true.
He will say it with his own mouth.
I know you heard the Drake Champs interview,
right? But that wasn't even the first time. Like he always say, like, who was that? I never heard of that. And he was saying, like, I'm not trying to be funny. I just don't know these people.
I honestly think Wayne management say, Wayne, you should jump on this song.
But the difference between Wayne and Drake is really waist deep into the sound. Like he's tapped in on all levels. He knows who to jump, like his pattern, like his style of like putting these records out is unlike anything like anyone has ever seen. There's nobody who's ever like even approached doing music this type of way, like this mass production.
Drake is a different type of hip hop pop star. I would say that. Like,
and on top of his light skin.
It's to the point where you really can't compare him and Ye no more. Like, their lanes are different.
Very different.
At one point you could, but now I think it's like it's not even that Drake is better than Ye or Ye is better than Drake. It's really, the way I look at it now, it's literally two different lanes of music. Let me say, two different lanes of choice of way to dominate the music scene. Like, I think Wayne was a sound guy. I mean, Ye was a sound guy. Like, Ye found different sounds, and that became the sound for a while. But like you're saying, I think Drake is more of a genre guy. Like, he's in, like, wait till he do this song with BTS, it's gonna be over.
BTS? What's up?
It's a Korean pop group that's killing.
Oh, they old, right?
No, they look like little girls, but they're all dudes.
No, I'm saying they've been around for a few years, right?
Yeah. They sound like Korean people trying to sing English. He had to be on Instagram, but this Asian dude counting, singing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what the BTS group sound like to me.
Oh, like they sound like a boy band.
Yeah.
Okay, now I got it.
Oh, wow. That was good. That was hilarious. But yeah, I just don't, How we even get there? Oh, Drake. How you feel about verses being sold?
I didn't understand that.
Why they did it?
You know what? I really think it may have been a matter of them realizing the responsibility of picking all of these artists, all of the politics behind the scenes, and people demanding this, all the fans demanding to see this person versus that person. They just probably got it to a point like, we out.
It's too much administration.
This is too much. Like, yeah, like you could tell they was really heavily involved in the mix, like putting things together, personally calling people.
Yeah, trying to solve egos.
Yeah,
or dissolve egos.
They probably like just said, give us some type of creative input. But this is all up to y'all. Do y'all thing. Cause I remember I went on live with on Swiss Beats and Timberland live, and I wanted to see if I could get Swiss Beats attention. So I just I copied and pasted Beat Club, and it's a Beat Club is a Timberland's like community of producers, and everybody in Beat Club is like rooting for the producer battles, like wanting to see. So I just kept copying and pasting Beat Club producer battle, Beat Club producer battle, Beat Club producer like 20 times. And he was like, we gonna get everybody. We can't get to everything. We gonna get the producers. We're gonna get them producers. When I saw that, I thought about the fact that they sold that junk. Like, it has to be a bunch of like people just like me that's like giving our input, like we know something, like giving our input all day, and they seeing that, and that must be a lot of pressure.
You think they sold it because the world about to open back up?
What would that do?
It was pretty much an online show, but now nobody's going to be in the house anymore with the world opening back up.
When is that supposed to happen?
Soon, like with the administering of the vaccine, like New York is opening it up to like, now you can go to the Garden with they have a 20% capacity. A lot of places throughout the country are like, they're just opening back up like that. It's like, they like, if niggas die, they don't care anymore. We should have never shut down in the first place anyway.
Should have been proactive.
They scientists believe that if we would have just if we would have continued going just continued to operate how we normally would, the human body would have caught up to the disease and created its own antibodies. Because we isolated ourselves so much,
made it worse.
Yeah.
You need the sun. You need vitamin D from the sun to fight off every day. Like, you can't stay in the house. That actually weakens your immune system.
Yep. What they was getting at was like, if you think about how the flu, like the flu virus changes year to year, but because enough people get it, once let's say like the 100th person contracted, the human body has already seen the blueprint of the virus, so it can start to create the antibodies to fight it off. But because we was isolated with COVID, like, people was getting it so sporadically that the body could never figure it out. And by the time the body figured it out, it was probably too late and people died. I'm not a scientist, but that's what I've read.
Still to this day, I think everybody had that junk.
At some point.
Junk was around since 2019. In 2019, I can remember being sick as a dog. For a fact.
I've had the flu once in my life. It was the worst thing ever. And now every time I start to feel like that, I got the flu.
But that's what I'm saying. Or was it the flu?
I don't know. This is when I was in high school. I remember sitting at New City on a couch, cold but hot. My body was hurting. Somebody had to take me home because I couldn't get on the bus. I couldn't walk.
Yeah. I've been there before.
That gotta be how it feels to be get off of like drugs.
Or trying to get off.
Yeah.
Oh man. I was just trying to imagine that.
I hear it's no joke. Like that is like some of the most intense. It's like the most intense process ever.
You gotta like get over that hump.
Yeah. They say it's your mind and body trying to fight an urge that they really can't, like they have no control over fighting.
And then after that, it's just the mind.
Yeah.
After you get over that,
once the body is done.
And that, but the biggest fear, the biggest fight has to be the mind, cause you sitting there, if your mind can play tricks on you. One day you might think you good, get around the wrong person.
Trigger.
Just trigger that joint. Now you thinking about it. Or you smell something.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's why they call addiction a mental disease. Because your mind, like you said, it's triggering. It's like PTSD in a sense. Like, this thing is stressing me out, so I'm going to revert back to what calms me down.
Yeah.
Is it true? I was about to say something real positive. I'm like, God want us to get down here fast. All green lights. Do you believe in signs?
Yes, I do. The only way we can get through life, from me, that's what I believe. God giving signs, giving people, letting certain conversations happen.
Huh. So do you believe God, like things happen in your life because it's predestined, or do you think God puts choices in front of you, and because of what you believe in, you are expected to make the right choice?
It's already written. The bad choices I've made, the good choices I've made. The end result is there. I made like the bad choices, everything. Not that it happened, but it's like in the grander scheme of things, to being the creator, the person who created everything, created time. I know how this is gonna pan out. I know in this time when you said you wouldn't do this again, you are still gonna do that again. And I know I have 20 steps ahead of you that will lead you this way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
That's what I believe. Like, it's already written. The bad mistakes, the good the good choices. Huh? Yep. That's a GPS. Exactly.
So, do you think we have control?
Yeah, control within. You have control to. I think you can have control, or you can let God. You can have complete control, which is out of control, and I think, as far as me, Same exact thing. All iPhones have that. Exactly.
So is that a little bit contradicting?
What?
Like, you could say let go and let God, meaning you're relinquishing your control for him to control your, like, to order your steps.
Mm-hmm.
But you also say that it's already written.
Right. It's like, God gives us free will. God gives you the will. God gives you the choice to say, you know what, I want to handle this, and let you see how it comes out. You doing it. Or you can give God full dominion over your entire life. But on the contrary, the fact that it's written doesn't change the fact that if I'm given the choice to let God do his thing or me, I don't believe that contradicts me saying that it's all already written, because God is before and after. So if I believe that God is before and after, anything that I could speak out about in between can be answered with that. Is written.
So it's not really, then it's kind of not in your control.
Right. That's when not in my control, or it can be in my control. I'm
confused.
I believe that I have the choice to say, you know what, I don't want to wear a condom anymore, right?
Okay.
And I want to have massive babies from here, there, everywhere. That's what I want. I can do that for sure if I wanted to. Or I could put a clamp on.
I'm not necessarily talking about the physical or the tangible. I'm talking about, like,
what you just now said. Like, that's not answering your question. That's control. That's not controlling or controlling.
I'm thinking of something more like your belief system, like believing in sex before marriage.
That could go in what I just said.
How?
I could say I don't want to wear condoms anymore. I just want to have mad babies here or there. Or I could be in line with what God says is the right thing.
But it's already been predestined of which one you're going to choose.
Yes. Which one I'm going to choose.
So is it really a choice then? Because, like, I put it like this, right? You're saying I have the choice, right, of if I want to have sex before marriage or if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But God already knows which one I'm going to choose.
Yeah.
So, and if you believe that He is the stronghold over your life, then how could you say that you are going to choose? Like, so let's say you wanted to say, I don't want to have sex, but He wanted you to have sex.
That goes into that just goes into the struggle with the walk with God. Like, sometimes, like, there's this back and forth tug of war, like where I'm realizing, like, you know, I need to give God control, and then I get caught into me, and I just start doing things on my own, and then I snap back to reality, like, yo, what am I doing? I don't even need to. I could literally.
So, but He already knew that you was going to do things on your own.
Yeah. And that's a part of, like, that's one of the things that I love about God, like, is He wanna be there. He wanna. I feel that. I feel when I let go, like, leave everything into God's hands and just, like, erase it from my mind, from just thinking about whatever over and over, and giving. That's what I call giving control. If I have somewhere to put my thoughts, my mind where it's racing, and allow God to do with my thoughts whatever is done with them, because my mind is on 10 and racing all night, and I just say a quick prayer, it definitely does ease my mind. Like, but I still believe, even though it's already written, the choices that I made is in that book, in my story. My story is written, and all of the choices that I've made. Somebody else might make a good choice where I made a bad choice, and vice versa. But still, at the end of the day, when our time is up, I don't believe that can ever be changed. Like when people say like, oh, I beat cancer, I beat this, no, I don't believe that. I believe it was just not your time to go. You were spared. You was just
really.
Yes, it was not your time to go. When it's your time to go, it ain't no I'ma fight this off, I'm strong. No.
That's how I feel about the vaccine. Like people like it's gonna kill you. I'm like, well, something gotta kill me eventually. If it ain't gonna be this vaccine, it's gonna be something else. We all have an expiration date.
It's true.
That call a car, right?
Just saw that shit look crazy. That color different with that little red type. That look like that's stock. Like it came like that.
They do have sports cars. Like they do have cars that are like sport. That they do build like that.
Oh, the dude from the Boondocks who played. Who was the white guy who got raped by Felice Johnson?
Who?
The guy, the booty warrior.
Oh yeah.
He
out?
He's out, and he sent a message to the guy who played the white guy who got raped by the booty warrior on Boondocks. Like, look, I like you, and I want you. It was on Black TV. Yo, he had the most uncomfortable smile on his face listening to that audio. Like, he was like,
he had to know what he was saying.
What you mean he had to know what he was saying?
Like, why he had the uncomfortable face?
Because, like, a man who is clearly a gay man and priding himself about how booty being more important than...
But he said he's not gay. He's a warrior. He's a survivor. That was his exact words. He said, I'm not gay. I just do what I have to do to survive it here.
No, he said, I am what I am. But I'm a warrior. He ain't say I'm not. How could you say that you ain't? He is. He openly said he taking that joke from you if he wanted.
I like it. I want you.
And we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Choice is yours. They always found the easy way. Said booty. A man's butt. More important than water.
Where that kick at?
I don't know what you call it.
Yes, sir.
What's up, y'all? So,
Cake.
when I used to first start making beats, I used to say to myself, yo, one day everybody gonna be using my beats, people gonna be sampling my beats. I'm like, I was saying this, but never really thought this would possibly happen. And then, you know, it has happened multiple times recently. But one that has stuck out the most to me is This June 27th.
You gonna bump Benny's junk? You gonna bump Benny's new project?
What, yeah, at the party?
No, in general.
I ain't playing it.
There was a beat that I made for Crisscross that became basically one of the fabrics, if not the fabric, for Houston screwed up music. I don't even know where it came from, but I made that beat, and the beat is on this disc. This is the old MP, the 3000 actually. So I'm gonna load this up and let y'all hear the sounds. So basically it's kicks in there. I think the 808 goes right here. My infamous hi-hat, and it's a hit.
Jermaine Dupri breaking down how he made the Houston chop to screw sound.
That was the tempo. The bass line. This, by the way, is not the actual sound that I use. It was an older setup that I had. I'm just reenacting this for you right now. Coming from Atlanta, I grew up in an era when Planet Rock was like, you couldn't go nowhere in Atlanta and not hear Planet Rock. And any other beat that came out during this time period had sprinkles of Planet Rock.
Like rock it, don't stop.
Wow, that is a sample.
And
And I was like,
that's a lot of them. That was with R. Kelly. That was with L. Cool J and J-Lo.
And I wanted him to know how much
she's dancing loves a little. She's something.
You think we ever gonna uncancel R. Kelly?
he had on me in my city, and then he probably didn't know, right?
He not canceling him up.
When I started hanging around people,
I play R. Kelly
and
still
hanging around with people from Houston,
I ain't put him in the
I
joint.
realized
you canceled him.
I didn't. I was thinking about everybody else.
That's the definition of canceling him.
So is it alright? You think it would be alright?
Or trying to make a screw
I don't
tape.
care. I like
They
it.
choose this beat, whether it's Drake.
Dance in the name of love, come on. I'm a step, side.
Girl said she from the age time. I say my name is Drizzy, and ain't nobody realer. Cup inside a cup, smoking ghost face killer. Got these poppers going crazy. Nigga, I'm the man. I sent your girl a message, said I but I ain't never
You should sign up for YouTube Premium.
What's that? Oh, you talking about? So you could like close your phone and still like.
They got real smart with that, yo. When that feature came out, I was pissed.
You know, there's a glitch you can actually do that.
By playing through Safari or something.
I do it. It is, yeah. That's actually the way. But I don't know how I do it. I do it every now and again.
I think you can't have the YouTube app on your phone because Safari will automatically open it up.
Right. Every now and again when I do that, and I realize that my phone is closed and it's on YouTube playing the song. But I'm pretty sure it's like other like movies and things that have access to. What's up? Huh? We're about to get out, kid. We'll use it. If you have to buy it, we'll get it. You gonna delete it?
You know you get all games free.
Talking about the Apple Music. Yeah, yeah, this is from there. They got like 2 of them.
Them games just be too big a file for you to download.
This is from Apple. Yeah, this is from there. Because it's all free. I got, like you said, it's so big. Gotta keep deleting. I gotta keep deleting stuff, adding it, deleting stuff.
I believe that wherever there's like open field, the government owns it. It does stuff there underground. Like there's nuclear missiles. It just makes no sense why there's so much open land. Why people are homeless.
You talking about from a moral standpoint?
Yes.
Morals have nothing to do with the decisions that
I know that
from the government.
I'm just saying it's weird though that like you have big open like lands.
No.
And nothing is being done with it. Like no football field, no nothing. Somebody posted the clip of the interview that R. Kelly did before going to jail. And he was like, they said I hog tied her. I don't know how to hog tie. He was mad adamant about that jug. I don't know how to hog tie.
I don't
know. He was mad adamant about that. I don't know how to hog tie.
Rent money.
Probably. Only thing I can think of, most notable thing is Hot Stepping.
You know, I took one look at you, and you were there to see.
Nah.
No?
That's your all I need. There's a real song.
I know that.
Where it came from?
Oh, the way she sung that, the cadence sounds so good.
You bought the iPad? And we'll be able to run it in the track. In the
Yeah, I got my wire.
Yo, open up, man. Girl just caught me. You made her catch you? I don't know how this happened. Look who? The girl next door, you know? I don't know what to do. Alright. Honey, then she got me red-handed, creepy with the girl next door. Picture this, we were both butt naked, banging on the bedroom floor. How could I forget that I had given her initially? All this time she was standing.
Shaggy's in those new Cheetos commercials. I hate them jokes.
Oh, you think you woman access to your villa? Just for son of witness all of your clean on your pillar. You better watch your back before she turn into a killer. Listen to the situation that you call the winner. To be a true player, you have to know how to play. If she say a night can be, so say a day. Never admit. Girl, I love you.
My bad, I'm just uploading random songs that I'm thinking about. Yes, Giovanni. Oh, huh? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's me, G-Ski for the place to be.
Got somebody.
Press the red circle.
Very special.
Everything has, there's only one red circle on the entire screen.
Right by my